Beautiful day from Blairstown, New Jersey, as we have some live lacrosse on the air from Blair Academy as the Buccaneers host the Rutgers Prep Argonauts in boys lacrosse here from the bowl. Freshly mowed grass here at the bowl. And again, a beautiful day for some lacrosse between Blair Academy and Rutgers Prep. The last game of the regular season for both teams. Blair Academy, they've had a tough go at it this year, 0-9, but we will take a look at a standout for Blair Academy, and that's, of course, Thomas Jenkins, who leads the team in goals, assists, and ground balls. He is their go-to man offensively. Thomas Jenkins for the Blair Buccaneers will be a key part of the team here today as they take on Rutgers Prep. There he is with his helmet off in the middle of that huddle. Of course, also the quarterback of the Blair Academy football team. And we'll be relying on number 17 here today. Of course, Teddy Wenner is the head coach for Blair Academy. 4th season, graduated from Blair 21 years ago. His bachelor's from Army West Point as the Associate Dean of Admission, Director of Financial Aid here at Blair Academy. Has done a very nice job here with this Blair lacrosse program. As you see, the teams going to greet each other at midfield. Blair in their home white jerseys. Rutgers Prep coming out in the black jerseys. They're 2-7 this year, coached by Ryan Klipstein, former player at Bucknell University, where he was a Bison. And he was also a coach at the University of Pennsylvania from 2013 and 2014. And now here coaching Rutgers Prep as the two goalies shake hands and head to their respective cages. We're ready for some lacrosse live here on the Strive Network. Blair going to start the game, moving left to right, right to left goes Rutgers Prep. It's 12 minutes on the clock. 0-0 the score as we get ready to go. Kyle Stansberg is doing the face-off for Rutgers Prep. And he wins it for the Argonauts, defeating Ronan Smarth. So off we go. Blue skies, not a lot of clouds in the sky, and warm temperatures here from Blair Academy as Rutgers Prep has the ball in the offensive zone. Behind the cage, Robert Sullivan. They eventually work it back up top to Trey Allen. He leads the team in goals, 10 of them this year. Allen goes behind the net. And Danny Varga, trying to feed it into the middle. I actually just misspoke. Danny Varga actually leads Rutgers Prep in goals. He's got 20. 20 goals for him, and in second place is Trey Allen on the team with 10. This is Kevin O'Hara. And now Luke Zullo. Zullo making a move. Across his body, getting a touch was Albers, and it goes off to the other side and will stay in play to be picked up by the Argonauts. Zullo spinning his man off. That was Smarth, and now a sidewinding attempt by Kevin O'Hara goes high and wide, but backed up by the Argonauts, and Danny Varga will reset. Here's a low shot and a goal. Kevin O'Hara, the senior's first of the game, and his 8th of the season. It is 1-0 as we get one more look here. Varga finishing low. So just a minute and a half into the game. Rutgers Prep with the early lead. And we go right back to the face-off X as Blair looks for their first offensive possession. Ronan Smart looks to win another face-off here for Blair Academy. Loose ball being chopped at midfield, still loose. And it's Smart fighting for it. And to the far side, it's eventually picked up by the Argonauts. And Liam Gleason, the defender. It pops loose again. This time it's Charlie Phillips who picks it up. And Charlie Phillips brings it in to the offensive zone for Rutgers Prep. Now they've got it all the way down low. Behind the cage, it's Robert Sullivan. And now making his move, Trey Allen. Little juke, a shot, and a save by Carter Albers. A low one as he squeezed his legs together and sealed off that 5-hole. But then it's turned over by Blair, and Nick Chiotti brings it in for the Argonauts. Danny Varga now with hit the ball on his stick. He's guarded by number 14, and as now it's Rutgers Prep with it, Luke Zullo, with Kyle Gibson eyeing him up. And that one goes off the post. As back in it comes, it'll still be Rutgers Prep to control. Lance Bean, though, lost it, got it back. Lance Bean into the middle. And still being chopped at there. Eventually picked up by Allen of Rutgers. O'Hara. And now behind the cage, they come over to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to force his way into the middle, getting a shot on, and he bounces it in past Albers, using the muscles. Robert Sullivan with goal number 2 on the game. As we get one more look here. Just doing his best to get past the defense of Blair Academy. And it's 2-0 Rutgers. 8:40 to go in the first quarter. By the way, a late start to this game. They were scheduled to face off at 4:15 as Blair will have possession. But an accident on the way up by Rutgers Prep as this one will stay with Blair. An accident by Rutgers Prep forced them to be a couple minutes late. They got underway at about 4:30. It's Max Thorsheim. And now Rio Hito Shapiro. Just a couple of games due to injury, back on the field. And an important weapon for Blair Academy as Junhan Park gives to Hito Shapiro, who will spin it back. And now Ronan Smart. Thorsheim, far side. Thorsheim denied, he's forced behind the cage. Park, now eventually for Jenkins. Low shot, saved. And Cole Toohey smothers that one and will clear it out for Rutgers Prep. So Blair on that offensive possession getting what they want. A Thomas Jenkins shot. A good save made by Toohey. And now we have a whistle. It's a violation against the Argonauts. We're going Blair's way. They find it in the stick of Thomas Jenkins, and he finishes past the goaltender. Good transition offense by Blair Academy, and they are on the board. It's 2-1. We get one more look. Eventually, Jenkins did score in that goal. 7:12 to go. So good response by Blair. As Ronan Smarth looks to win this faceoff. And he is going to be credited with that win as the violation is called against Rutgers Prep. Thorsheim will set up the offense from behind the cage. Here's Jenkins, back down low, Thorsheim. Nothing in the middle, so it's Hito Shapiro. Almost throwing it over Jenkins' head, but he skies for that one. 6 foot is the junior in Jenkins. Now it's Park, playing catch with Jenkins. Thomas doubled, flashing it back out, and it's Hito Shapiro. Now near baseline, Michael Uglum gives to Thorsheim. Good possession as he nearly has it knocked out of his stick. Is able to cradle it away from his defender. Blair patient here on this offensive possession, and a little too patient as Coach Teddy Wenner calls timeout. So, 6 minutes into the first quarter, it is a 2-1 game. We'll take a quick step aside. Back we come. 2-1 game. First quarter, 6 minutes in. Blair calling the timeout. Buccaneers goal scored by Thomas Jenkins, who does lead the team in goals with over 20 of them on the year. As back to the action we go. Losing it, though, is Junhan Park, and not what Blair wants to see, or at least their coaching staff wants to see. They're right out of a timeout. They turn the ball over. Right before the timeout, they were quite patient on offense, but now we go Rutgers Prep's way, and they're lucky to have this one stay in play as it's fought for in the Rutgers offensive zone. Swept into open field by Blair. And eventually picked up by the Buccaneers. It's Jenkins with the ball in his stick, not for long as it's popped out. And the Argonauts slow it up. Cole Toohey clears it into open field and finds his teammate in Timmy Kurtz. Timmy Kurtz, the midi. And now it's Robert Sullivan here in the near corner for Rutgers Prep. Finding Trey Allen at the line. And now it's Kevin O'Hara. Scored the first goal of the game, and he's got another one. Able to sneak that one into the near post past Carter Albers, and the score is 3-1 in favor of the Argonauts of Rutgers Prep. We get one more look. Albers just off balance. And 2 goals for number 38 and Kevin O'Hara. 9th of the year. 2-goal advantage for Rutgers Prep here on the road. Ball start against Rutgers Prep. So Blair offensive possession. Ronan Smart runs the point. And now Max Thorsheim. Thomas Jenkins. And Junhan Park. Some quick speed. Smart. And now Michael Uglum. Finding Thorsheim. A little bit of room for Thorsheim. Jenkins. Blair content at this point to work around the perimeter. Junhan Park trying to force the issue, but flushed out. Good defense there by Nick Ciotti and Charlie Phillips of Rutgers. So Thorsheim comes back to Junhan Park. As it's Hito Shapiro trying to get a shot off, and this one deflected will go out of play on the far side. We'll stay with Blair, as Thomas Jenkins is the first to get to the ball on the far side. Uglum spinning back the other way. Uglum also missing some time this year with an injury. You notice the knee brace on his right leg as it goes in and out of the stick of Rio Hito Shapiro, and picked up by Charlie Phillips. Phillips with some wheels along the right side. And he's able to secure an offensive look here for Rutgers Prep as Danny Varga tries to shield his body. Getting into the middle, we do have a goal. Rutgers Prep cashing in again. It is 4-1. Got one more look here as to what happened. You see Varga battling for this and eventually winning it and scoring. Danny Varga leading the team in goals and giving his team a 3-goal advantage here in the first quarter. 2:37 on the clock here. Another face-off at midfield. This one pops out. And won by Blair. Danny Seisler picked it up. Now Smart for Thorsheim. Just a bit off the mark was the pass. And now the long stick midi in Nick Ciotti. Quickly up ahead, and that is a quick goal. Robert Sullivan finishes. And just like that, it is 5-1. Rutgers Prep, as once again they turn a turnover into a goal. That's all Ciotti, as he's able to get the forced turnover and then eventually the assist. As there are just 13 seconds separating the 4th and 5th goals scored by Rutgers Prep. And we go right back to the face-off X. Blair wins this one. A spin by Roman Smarth. And Hito Shapiro receives. Now it's Thorsheim on the side. Hito Shapiro at the top. Park finds Jenkins. Thomas Jenkins probes, and he goes right back out top. Try the other side, it's Thorsheim. Next Thorsheim. And now Hito Shapiro. Junhan Park for Thomas Jenkins. Jenkins thinking shot. No angle to pull the trigger though. Michael Uglum and Thorsheim. Hito Shapiro lost it out of his stick. Ball's loose. Hito Shapiro able to pick it back up. Now maybe a little bit of room for Blair to work. But they get back nicely through the Argonauts. Aiden Lowe credited for the defense there as he gets back into position. And Blair continues to struggle to find an open crease to get the shot on. 30 seconds left. And the shot does get on by Thomas Jenkins. Turnaround, and it's going to skip and die in play, so Blair able to pick it back up without a restart. Junhan Park shoved off. Good work, though, as he lost it, though. And here they come the other way. Just Rutgers Prep, the goaltender in Tui, bringing it all the way in with only 5 seconds left. The Argonauts have to hurry. Can Robert Sullivan get to the net? He can get to the net and score as time expires. Somehow, some way, Rutgers Prep gets this one in. Literally perfect timing as the clock was coming down. Sullivan able to slip and sneak through, and off balance, falling to the ground. He's able to put it home. And that's a heck of a way to end the first quarter if you're Rutgers Prep, as they lead 6-1 heading to the second quarter. We'll be right back on the Strive Network. Start of the second quarter, Rutgers Prep with a 6-1 lead. a flurry of goals at the end of the frame. And the Argonauts with a good start to the game as the teams switch sides. Rutgers now moving left to right. Blair right to left. False start. Violation will begin the second quarter, as it is Blair who has possession. Lone goal scored by Thomas Jenkins, but it's been 4 straight by Rutgers Prep since that Jenkins tally. Here's Thomas Jenkins with the ball in his stick behind to Junhan Park, and we do have a whistle. Not quite sure what that lapse in play was, but we are quickly back to the action. First minute of play here in quarter number 2. Hito Shapiro, and now Michael Uglum finding Max Thorsheim. And Hito Shapiro. Low shot by Thomas Jenkins, backed up by Blair and Michael Uglum. So a restart for Blair. Jenkins. And now Uglum. In the corner, Michael Uglum. Junhan Park looking for room. And going back out to Ronan Smarth. Jenkins lets it fly, and Tui makes the save. Tried to go up high on the near post. But Tui makes yet another save. It's his 3rd of the game. And Rutgers Prep has it with Trey Allen. Allen going towards the cage. Finds an open man and Danny Varga behind. Allen gets it back. And now Trey Allen waits for reinforcements. He goes back up top. Luke Zullo. Zullo patient, eyed up by Thomas Jenkins. Zullo gets past him, but he doesn't get past the second man. And stays in play. Nicely done by Zullo as Danny Varga goes to cage and Carter Albers says no there. And Albers will pick this one up and restart with a clear. Long ball ahead to Tom Jenkins. Jenkins with speed. Jenkins to shoot. Tries to bounce it into the net. But Tui wasn't fooled. Vincent Kolayoko. Reset, and now we are back with Max Thorsheim. Blair has been very content to be working it around the perimeter. Thorsheim continues to pass it around the end as Jenkins now finally does get a shot off. And there to back it up, Junhan Park. We haven't seen many threats to put the ball in the back of the net except for Thomas Jenkins. I don't recall too many other players shooting the ball except for number 17. And as Thorsheim tries to get in there, he has the ball knocked away by John Zullo. Rutgers Prep maintains their 5-goal lead Nick Ciotti, the long stick midfielder, shuffles back and calls timeout. So the Argonauts take a break. And we will too. 7:51 to go here in quarter number 2. It is a 6-1 lead for Rutgers Prep. Second quarter here from Blairstown. A fine and sunny and warm May day here in Blair Academy. Most optimistic time of year. Summer right around the corner. Winter behind us. As we've got 7:51 to go here in the second quarter. Still a 6-1 lead for Rutgers Prep. And they have the ball out of the timeout. Danny Varga. Varga fires high. And wide there to back it up, Robert Sullivan, also a senior. And now it's Lance Bean. It's Lance Bean once again. And now O'Hara. Kevin O'Hara goes behind. It's number 19, Danny Varga. Trying to use his body to create space and get it out to O'Hara. Can't get it to O'Hara, but Coviella is there. And Joey Coviella goes back behind for Rutgers Prep to set up. Lance Bean off the screen from O'Hara. And now Trey Allen. His shot goes wide. And winning the race to the end line is Blair Academy. So all the way in the offensive zone goes this ball, and over the end line. It's going to be a turnover against Blair, so Rutgers Prep quickly gets it back. And Cole Toohey from behind his cage looks to restart. Charlie Phillips along the right side, and they are going to say that he pushed off. So back the other way goes Blair. And another whistle halts play. And the referees will come together to figure out what they're going to call here. It does look like we're going to have a timeout on the field. As not exactly sure who called it, but the teams will get a breather nonetheless. 6-1, 6:05 to go in quarter number 2. Quick timeout here, and we are ready to get back going. 5-goal lead for Rutgers Prep. It'll be Blair Academy ball here as the whistle blows and the clock restarts. Junhan Park weaving his way through the Rutgers defense and eventually flushed back out with no room to work. Park still with the ball. Going to Jenkins. And Tom Jenkins goes to the top. We're waiting was Riohito Shapiro. Far corner, it's Max Thorsheim. Again, it's Thorsheim. Tom Jenkins. Rotate around, back to Jenkins. Ronan Smarth now. This shot from Thorsheim goes wide to the left. Backed up by Junhan Park. Blair will give it another go from their offensive zone. Thorsheim with a quick shot. Once again, 2 Blair Academy Buccaneers closest to the end line. Not a ton of shots on goal for Blair. They've had a decent amount of possession in the offensive zone. Rutgers Prep doing a good job pinching in, cutting off those shooting lanes. As this ball, being fought for by Park, turns into a forced turnover. As John Carroll has it for Rutgers Prep. He goes back to Cole Toohey, the goaltender here for the Argonauts. Now the long stick midfielder. And into the offensive zone with Timmy Kurtz. Right in the middle, a quick goal scored for Rutgers Prep as they work their offense very fast, and this time it's Charlie Phillips to get into the scoring column. And it's 7-1. So we got one more look here, courtesy of Danny Varga. So 3:35 to go, 6-goal lead. Again, it's an Argonauts win of a face-off. Danny Varga looking for the ball, but Charlie Phillips will keep it in his own stick. Now it's loose on the near side. It comes out of bounds. It'll be Blair Academy ball. And a restart here for the Buccaneers as Michael Uglum goes to the far side and finds Kyle Gibson. Senior midi turns it over. Too many of those today for Blair Academy. Rutgers has turned a number of those turnovers into goals on the other end. The Argonauts playing with fire here in their defensive zone. Eventually get it out, though, with Trey Allen. And in stride, he hits his man, Luke Zullo. And a pace slow here for Rutgers Prep as Allen comes to the near side. Finds Lance Bean. Bean for Varga. Varga for Sullivan. Robert Sullivan going back to Varga, and this one is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Blair Academy ball. Just over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Still a 6-goal lead for this Rutgers prep team. Long ball ahead, nearly found its way into the goal, but Cole Toohey came back in time to deny that one, and now it's Charlie Phillips with wheels the other way. Phillips to O'Hara in the middle. O'Hara finding open space, and Luke Zullo now plays catch with O'Hara. This is Kevin O'Hara working his way back with under 2 minutes to go, and now gives it to Trey Allen, the senior. Back to Kevin O'Hara. Now in the middle, a shot opportunity, defended away. Good block by Blair. I believe that was Brad Siggety who got in there. Here's Thomas Jenkins the other way, and the shot goes wide, but there to back it up. Garrett Long, the freshman midi for Blair. And possession stays with the Buccaneers with 1:30 to go. Now it's Hito Shapiro thinking shot, and he goes to pass it back instead and turns it over. So we'll start with a clear attempt here by the goaltender and Cole Toohey. Trey Allen with under a minute to go. In the middle, O'Hara lost it and fought for and won by Carter Albers, the goaltender for Blair Academy. Buccaneers looking to get their second goal. Give them some confidence heading into halftime. It's Hito Shapiro. And Thorsheim flushed out. Timeout called by Blair Academy. 25 seconds to go. So Coach Wenner will draw something up here and try to get a goal for Blair in their last offensive possession before the half. See that when we get back. See, there's 25 seconds left. Blair down 7-1. So whistle blows, 25 seconds to go. Blair has it with Tom Jenkins. Now it's Hito Shapiro. Behind the cage to Park. Park to Smarth. And now Thorsheim. Now it's Jenkins with a long shot at the end of the half. Time will expire. That will do it as the buzzer sounds. 7-1. As we go to halftime, it is Rutgers Prep with the lead. You're watching live high school lacrosse. You're on the Strive Network. The start of quarter number 3 here from Blairstown. 7-1 the score here at halftime. The Buccaneers trail the Argonauts of Rutgers Prep here in this boys lacrosse showdown. 12 minutes on the clock for quarter number 3. And the whistle sounds. They are off and running with the face-off to start the third. It's Rutgers Prep who wins it, and Kevin O'Hara who has control in the offensive zone. Trey Allen. And this one denied in front. It was Benson who got the block in for Blair. It stays here with Kevin O'Hara. He's guarded by Kyle Gibson of Blair. Gibson, the senior long stick midfielder, is one of the captains on the Buccaneers squad. Now it's Danny Varga who gets that shot on. It goes wide. Still being fought for right outside the crease, and it's Albers who's able to clean up the trash and looks to clear. Carter Albers, the junior goaltender, plays it long, but into the stick of John Carroll of Rutgers Prep. Carroll puts on some speed. Carroll shoots, and it goes wide. There to back it up, Robert Sullivan of Rutgers. Here's Luke Zullo. Getting by a man. Zullo bounces one in. Albers deflects that one away. Keeps it in the crease. Danny Varga was looming. And now with eyes upfield, Albers gets it ahead. This is Aiden Donahue. Eli Anthe. And now a long pass up ahead as Gibson turns it over. But lucky for him, it stays with Blair as Park is able to pick it up. John Hand Park weaving through some men and has to reset up at the top as Rutgers Prep is able to get back defensively. Now it's Thorsheim, near goal line extended. And back to Thomas Jenkins at the top, winding and going to Hito Shapiro. He was looking shot, and instead they go to the other side with John Hand Park. Park feeds Thorsheim, and Thorsheim can't handle as it comes out of his stick and picked up by Tui, the goaltender. The goaltender has some wheels, doesn't he? As Tui brings it all the way in, still cradling, looking for someone. The net is empty, and still it's Tui, this time bringing into the offensive zone. As you see the empty net there, Tui went all the way into the offensive zone to clear that one away. Good job by the goaltender. Now Rutgers Prep can settle down. Lance Bean running east to west alongside Rio Hito Shapiro. Now behind the cage they go. Luke Zullo takes a screen from Robert Sullivan. Zullo guarded by Ronan Smarth. Now it's Kevin O'Hara for Trey Allen, and he scores! Top shelf, Trey Allen, 8-1. Good offense there from Rutgers Prep, and the finish by the senior and Trey Allen. We get one more look here. Look at Allen looming. As you see, pinching over was Kyle Gibson. That gave a little bit of space for Allen and enough room for him to pull the trigger and get it past Carter Albers. So the first goal of the second half scored by Rutgers Prep. With 8:35 to go in quarter number 3, it is a 7-goal lead for the Argonauts. Smarth battling for Blair Academy and kicked ahead by Blair's Danny Seisler. Bodies go flying as out of the pack comes Rutgers Prep, Liam Gleason. Robert Sullivan. And now Charlie Phillips goes all the way back to Trey Allen. Allen, number 18, scoring the most recent goal. See some substitutions coming on here for Rutgers Prep. Allen spins off his man and goes back to Joey Coviella. Long way around goes Lance Bean, the attackman for Rutgers. And it'll stay with the Argonauts as Robert Sullivan resets from the back. And able to come away with the turnover was Blair, only for the moment. And it's Kyle Gibson who does pick it back up. Gibson looking for a teammate here until he's smothered by two Rutgers prep players. And Danny Varga goes the other way. Now numbers for the Argonauts. And spinning around, it's still loose in front of the net. Finally a whistle comes. Ball never was able to be cashed by Rutgers prep. Good work by Carter Albers. And Blair takes possession over without a goal allowed on that trip. Kyle Gibson comes all the way to the near side. Thomas Jenkins able to keep that one in. Tight roping the near sideline. And we go into the offensive zone with Blair setting things up here offensively. Michael Uglum now across the way. This is number 16. And Ronan Smarth back to Thorsheim. Thorsheim lost it for a moment. And Thorsheim sprints into open space and passes across the way to John Hand Park. Tom Jenkins with it in his stick. Smarth from Shapiro. It's Thorsheim all the way in. Got himself free for a shot, but then slung it wide. And back to play. John Hand Park brings it in. 6 minutes to go, so we're halfway through the third quarter. Blair still looking for their first goal since the first frame. Only goal on the board scored by Thomas Jenkins. As it is Thorsheim, finds an open man. It's Smarth. Easily handled by Cole Toohey. And he restarts quickly. Good outlet to Charlie Phillips. Phillips has wheels, gets it down low, and defended away, but it stays here with Rutgers prep. Argonauts have it again, and that one goes high and over the cage. Good opportunity for Connor Cohen. Carter Albers. And Kyle Gibson playing catch with his goaltender and Albers. Good pressure from Rutgers prep. It comes into the stick of Rio Hito Shapiro. Hito Shapiro staying on his feet and finding Jenkins, who scores. Nope, off the side of the cage it goes. From this angle, it looked like the net flashed and a goal was scored, but it was off the side of the cage. Good offense set up by Blair, but no goal to show for it. And 4.5 to go. We restart with a Cole Toohey clear ahead. We've seen the goalie go all the way before, and he goes on goal with this shot. But it's smothered by Carter Albers. So Toohey out of the cage. It's Jenkins who has it. If he can get a shot off, he'll score. And it goes wide. Possibly getting a touch was John Carroll. We do have a flag and a penalty against Rutgers prep. It's a slash against Trey Allen as we get one more look here. And that was a great opportunity for Blair. They'll still have a good opportunity to score with 4:07 to go in the quarter. And an extra man opportunity. Weirdly, the first one of the game for either team. You see Thomas Jenkins coming over here. Certainly he'll be a focal point of this extra man opportunity for Blair. It's Ryohito Shapiro. And now Jenkins. Dorsheim up at the top. Smarth. And now far side, this shot from Jenkins goes high and wide. Smarth brings it back in. Hito Shapiro looking goal, and that one goes wide. It'll stay with Blair. Backing it up is Blair's Michael Uglum. Just over 3 minutes to go. Here's a shot from Jenkins. Tui makes the save. Still loose, and Tui picks it up. He's been a standout for Rutgers Prep. There haven't been a ton of shots put on by the Buccaneers, but the ones that have gotten through have been smothered easily by the goaltender in Cole Tui. He's looked very comfortable back there for the Argonauts. And Charlie Phillips overran that one, did get it back, and still a good opportunity for the Argonauts of Rutgers Prep. Turnaround shot, no good. Picked back up by the Argonauts. And Carter Albers is able to take it away. And Blair goes the other way. Here's Danny Seisler, who lost it, and the other way we go. This ball squeaks on through to Carter Albers. As his shot deflected, it comes right into the middle and cashed in by Robert Sullivan. A clear attempt gone wrong. It's Robert Sullivan who makes Blair pay, and we see it again. Nice finish high into the corner. And Rutgers Prep leads 9-1. Timeout on the field, 2:21 to go here in the third quarter. We go back to the face-off X out of the timeout. Goal scored by Robert Sullivan of Rutgers Prep most recently to make it 9-1, 2:21 to go here in the third quarter. Face-off continues to be battled for, and into the stick of the Argonauts. Go back to Tui. Tui clears it ahead. Luke Zullo. Kevin O'Hara. Smart comes to defend. Into the corner goes O'Hara. And behind go the Argonauts. Kyle Gibson providing the defense. As this shot goes on, it will bounce past Carter Albers. And Joey Coviella puts another one in. Double digits now for Rutgers Prep. 10-1 the score. Yeah, one more look here. Coviella just gets a burst of speed past the defender. And number 15, Corey Downey. And we are closing in on running clock territory for Rutgers Prep as they have a 9-goal lead here with 1:18 to go in the third quarter. This face-off won by Blair as Downey brings it in. Thorsheim picks it up, and he's shoved off the ball. Thorsheim, though, able to get it back. The speedy Max Thorsheim going across the field, now spinning back and giving off to Ronan Smart. Smart for Riohito Shapiro. And it's Thorsheim here on the near side. Jenkins, no room to shoot. They bottled him up nicely, though he does have the lone goal for Blair Academy on the game. 15 seconds to go here in the frame. Kolayoko gives to Thorsheim. 1 second to go. Blair does not get a shot off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Rutgers leading 10-1 as we head to the fourth quarter. Live high school lacrosse here on the Strive Network. All Rutgers prep here from Blairstown, 10-1 as we go to the fourth quarter. Ronan Smart at the face-off X. Tied up by Jimmy Farrell. Those two in the scrum. It's won by Farrell and Rutgers Prep. Nearly turning it over. They're able to retain possession here and set up their offense. As we are off and running in the fourth quarter, a 9-goal lead for Rutgers Prep as Trey Allen receives possession. And he gives back to O'Hara behind the cage, over to Robert Sullivan. Rutgers Prep certainly in no particular hurry. Time on their side, scoreboard on their side. Lance Bean makes his move. He gets in on goal, and that one bounces just over the crossbar. And it'll stay here with the Argonauts. It's Luke Zullo with the ball. Zullo got space, and his shot goes wide, and it will be Blair Academy ball. As they're going to say that that was a shot, meaning it'll stay with Rutgers Prep. It was a shot. Robert Sullivan was able to field the ball. At least that's what I thought. That's what one referee said, and now they're overturning that call. So it will be Blair ball, only for the moment as they turn it over. And back in comes Trey Allen. O'Hara. Kevin O'Hara guarded up tightly by Danny Seisler. All the way, the end line is Robert Sullivan. Sullivan trying to get by his man, doing so, but denied by Carter Albers. Rebound comes out to Rutgers Prep. O'Hara providing a screen as it's Lance Bean in on Cage, and that one bounced off the crossbar. Kicked ahead by Seisler, and still being fought for on the ground. Whistle blows. Let's see who's got possession here. A flag comes in at the end, and it's going to go against, I believe, Rutgers Prep. That's going to go against both teams. Thomas Jenkins, the guilty party for Blair. And the guilty party for Rutgers Prep, number 11, Luke Zullo. So 2 players in the sin bin, 1 for each team, 9:52 to go. There's Teddy Winter, head coach of Blair Academy. Tough year here for the Buccaneers. A lot of young talent here for Blair. Coach Winter's got his work cut out for him. They look to pivot and compete within this program, hopefully next year. You see the 3 referees still talking it over. There they are. And they've come to some sort of conclusion. As the ball's in the stick of Rutgers Prep. It's Joey Coviella who will restart, number 22. Passes off to Danny Varga. Varga leading the team in goals coming in, but only a couple here today. Argonauts have really spread out the wealth in terms of scoring in this one. Lance Bean this time. And Robert Sullivan was there to back it up. However, Bean was in the crease. Kyle Gibson restarts for Blair. Under 10 minutes to go here in the game. Ryohito Shapiro. And now John Hand Park. Dorsheim in the far corner. Max Dorsheim working his way into the middle. Good footwork by Rutgers Prep to stay with him. And now it's John Hand Park. Some nifty footwork. Overlap by Dorsheim, trying to force it in. Here's Koleoko to take that one back. Flag comes in. So this is against Rutgers Prep as Koleoko tries a bad angle shot. And another flag comes in. So this might be 2 penalties against Rutgers Prep. Let's see. Coming off the field, Charlie Phillips. He gets one of the penalties. And another penalty called on Liam Gleason. So 2 extra men for Blair. As they've got a good opportunity to put one in. They haven't scored since the first quarter. Ito Shapiro. And out Dorsheim. Down low it goes. They found the open man in John Hand Park at the far post. And the race to the end line won by Rutgers Prep. Or so we thought. The referees whistle it back, and Blair looks like they're going to have possession again. Here's Dorsheim shooting, and once again, Tui saw it the whole way. Tui clearing here for Rutgers Prep, launching it deep. And it does somehow get through. And it'll stay in the offensive zone as Robert Sullivan for Rutgers will keep possession. Luke Zullo. And now Danny Varga. Varga trying to force it middle. And it's somehow kicked into the net. That is a goal. What happened there? Swept in by someone. Hopefully we can get a look on the replay as to who actually got the final touch on that. But anyway, it's 11-1. Rutgers Prep. Here we go. Yeah, just swept in there. Lance Bean. Again, one more look, another angle. Again, it was Bean who just swept it off the ground and was able to go low to high. So Rutgers Prep winning the face-off on the ensuing possession after the goal, and it'll be Luke Zullo. Zullo looking for somebody to cut, and he does get it through, and they do score to the Rutgers Prep Argonauts again. Lance Bean, his second goal in just 30 seconds. 12-1. One more look. Good work down low. As you saw, the number 11, Luke Zullo, shielding his body well. We've seen a couple of Rutgers players do that well. Down near the goal mouth. So 6.5 to go. This one pops all the way back to Tui. Cole Tui patiently awaits. Other side of the goal, that is Junhan Park. Another opportunity here for the Argonauts. Danny Varga into the middle. Zullo flushed back. That's Benson doing the defense. And now Varga in the corner. Guarded by Eli Anthony. Danny Varga. And now down low. A goal is not scored. It is off the side of the net. We do have a whistle that stops play. Do get one more look at this most recent play. See, from this angle, it looks like it could be a goal when it goes off the side of the net as that nylon flashes. But it's a penalty against Blair and an extra man opportunity for Rutgers Prep. Interestingly, the first one of the game for the Argonauts. Guilty party, Junhan Park, as he takes a knee. And Rutgers works offensively. A little bit more room for the Argonauts. Oh, great save by Albers, point blank on Robert Sullivan. And the clock continues to tick as we approach 5 minutes to go. Launched deep, and a good ball there as Blair has it in a dangerous area. And it's swept away by Rutgers Prep. Loose ball. Fought for and eventually picked up by the Argonauts. As retreating into open field, number 16, John Zullo. He goes back to Cole Tui. Safe defensive play by Rutgers Prep. And they get a good switch of the field where there's a lot more green. Working it down low. It's Albers who is able to claim. Albers finds Thorsheim in stride. Here's Max Thorsheim the other way. His shot on goal, in, and a goal for Thorsheim as he puts Blair on the board for the first time since the first quarter. And it's 12-2 with 4:11 to go. We got one more look. The assist you can credit to the goaltender and Carter Albers. He had a great outlet pass. And Thorsheim finally gets on the board. Good to see somebody scoring not named Thomas Jenkins for Blair Academy. There's Albers. Face-off won by Blair, and Smarth gives to Thorsheim, the recent goal scorer. Spins on the goal line, extended, shoved back out by number 44, John Carroll. Now it's Hito Shapiro. Under 4 minutes to play. Park. Little swim move. And he lost it. As Jimmy Farrell plays defense well. And Cole Toohey comes to bail him out. The goaltender takes a little shove from Max Thorsheim. And Toohey overshoots his man as Connor Cohen couldn't come up with it. And it's Kyle Gibson for Blair the other way. Gibson with wheels across midfield. Gibson into the offensive zone. Kyle Gibson tries to get the shot off, and he was hit as he released. It'll stay with Blair as they restart. Ryohita Shapiro goes to Thorsheim. And now Kolayoko with 2.5 to go. Ito Shapiro back up to Thorsheim. Thorsheim with a good ball to Junhan Park. And he's shoved off. And they call this push against Rutgers Prep. Coming towards the end of the game here. Blair coming towards the end of their season. As this ball pops into the stick of the goaltender in Toohey. Minute and 20 seconds of keep away for Rutgers Prep, and they have the win. Will improve to 3-7 on the season. They're going to hold this one off, call timeout, 1:14 to go. 13-2 the score, Rutgers Prep leading Blair Academy here on the Strive Network. $1:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. So we're back to the action. And Rutgers Prep, it's just a matter of 65 seconds before they put another W into the column. The flag does come out. And they they will call a penalty, I believe, against Blair Academy. That's against number 20. And Aiden Donahue. So an extra man opportunity here at the end of the game. Seconds to go. Danny Varga has it. Varga gets back, flashes middle, bounced in for a goal. With 24 seconds to go, that will make it 14-2, and that should make it a running clock. It will. That will just about do it for the game. As we see the final goal scored, the time will wind out, and I believe we're going to get another face-off in before the time does wind, as the running clock will take us to zeros, and Blair will finish the season, at least the regular season here, without a win. And Rutgers Prep, they will improve to 3-7 on the year, as the final here is Rutgers Prep 14, Blair Academy 2. This has been live high school lacrosse on the Strive Network from my director, Kevin Fodinger. I'm Simon Rose. We'll see you next time here on Strive.